A recurring theme amongst right-wing bloviators is how honourable, strong-jawed and marble-chested Americans would never indulge in suicide bombings, no matter how desperate. Yet here we have a person, in effect a suicide gunner. Perhaps that doesn't count. Willing to offer his life to kill liberals, whatever they are. If nothing else, this should puncture the smug sense of superiority so common amongst these commentators when reporting on the desperate acts of similarly deluded, if ideologically diametric, fanatics in other parts of the world. It should, but I won't be holding my breath. It also illustrates that people are just people. Culture and religion certainly has some effect, but the worst and the best, the potential angel or devil, is hardwired in all of us, dormant until just the right mix of circumstances converge. In the case of Adkisson, it was the threatened withdrawal of his food stamps that appears to have pushed him over the edge. The traffic-stopping disconnect of this story, my own personal irony meter is now a smoking heap of scrap irony, is that this miserable, deranged wretch, Adkisson, is exactly the kind of person who would benefit from the baseline social networks commonplace in all developed countries, with the glaring exception of the US, the kind of networks and social responsibility championed by the people he killed in the Unitarian Church. What Machiavellian sleight of hand enables millionaires like Limbaugh, Hannity and Coulter to not merely harness working-class Americans to serve their natural political enemies, to not simply turn working-class Americans against their natural political allies, but to engender a foaming, murderous rage against those allies, a rage so powerful and deeply held that in this instance it was acted upon. What the fuck is going on there? Consider me officially bemused. No, seriously, Americans are not, despite all the jokes to the contrary, that much stupider than humans on the rest of the planet. Evolution just doesn't work that fast. Yet the political reality is undeniable. Tens of millions of Americans queue up to vote for the Republicans in every election. Even now, polls show 40 to 45% of Americans in favor of McCain, a geriatric gasbag whose grasp of political and geographic facts is locked somewhere in the 1990s, when it can be considered to have anything to do with reality at all. What chain of causality, series of conversations, or personal introspection led a man at best intermittently employed, with clear mental damage from his tour of duty in Vietnam and no health insurance, to draw the conclusion that the liberals were his problem? Listen to me, please, because this is really obvious to billions of objective observers around the planet. If you earn less than $50,000 a year, have no health insurance, job security, or pension scheme, the Republicans are your political enemy. I'm not suggesting you go out and kill them. Really, I'm not. But at the very least, don't vote for them. Otherwise, one day, you may be the sad, desperate, poverty-stricken schmuck with no social services to turn to and just enough money to buy a second-hand shotgun and a bus ticket to the mall.